What's going down, guys? It's your boy Zero Capital bringing you some free-for-all gameplay on the map Cracked, aka Krizak. What you know about Crack, son? The mean streets of Krizak. Okay. I don't know why I said that. Okay. Moving on, though, I got some very interesting topics to talk about, so I'm going to get right to it. And first one is, you guys might have heard about this already. There's been a little bit of internet drama, sex scandal, kind of floating around the Call of Duty community. And now I can actually talk about it. So here goes. It's about a guy named JX23, and basically he Brett Favre some girls on the internet. And I'm not defending on what he did because some of the girls were a bit on the young side. However, this is the internet, and these girls should have known better than to reveal this news or what happened to the public eye, basically. He was sketchy, but all you had to do was just block him. And it really is unfortunate because he made money off YouTube. It was his job. And now he can't do that anymore. He basically removed all his internet presence, his YouTube account, his Twitter, his Facebook, all gone. And these girls, some of them were flirting with him. And all he wanted to do was see some titties. If you ever seen the Chappelle Show and his bits about Rick James, you know exactly what I'm getting at. I'm Rick James, bitch. Show me your titties. Alright, that was a really poor impression. And I'm going to link the actual video where Dave Chappelle, the comedic genius, does it himself. The good part starts at 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And what's hilarious about this clip is that after he says that whole bit, he says, I wish I had more hands so I could give those titties 4 thumbs down. And when I saw that at first, I was like, wait a minute, rewind, watch it. And then I started cracking up, laughing my ass off. Oh man, Dave Chappelle, you're a genius. You really are a genius. But in terms of commenting on the whole JX situation, people should have just kept their mouths shut. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Listen to that song by Dr. Dre. Don't be a sucker on the internet. I'm linking that in the description as well. And moving on to more relevant news, I'm going to talk about Battlefield 3. And what I'm getting at is Battlefield 3 was shown on the PS3 on the show Late Night with Jimmy Fallon a couple days ago. And it didn't look quite as good as the PC version that we saw at E3. But, you know, the PC version, it was running on like a supercomputer, so you can't really expect that from a 4-year-old console. But what is confirmed is that both the Xbox and PS3 versions will be 720p and will run at 30 frames per second. And I got this information from DICE's Twitter, so you know the information's MLG legit. And interesting enough, COD has always been 60 frames per second. But Battlefield has other features that kind of balance it out, like larger maps and fully destructible buildings. And the larger maps is kind of cool, but the fully destructible buildings is where it's at. And oh, just to stop this right here, look at me try to wallbang this guy. I kind of failed, but eventually I run in there and show him the business end of my Commando. I do this little strafe jump and end up shooting him in the ass. Anyways, about the destructible buildings being one of the coolest features of Battlefield 3, if you ever run into a camper in this game, in Call of Duty, you're going to have to run in after him. You're going to have to brave through claymores, motion sensors, all sorts of shit. But in Battlefield 3, you just tell your team you all go to the engineer class, equip your rocket launchers, and you bring that motherfucker down. You just blow the building up. It's kind of like Red Riding Hood style, you know? Instead of trying to get the door open with guile, you just blow that fucking thing off its legs. You just blow the building down. You drop the roof on the head of the camper, and there's nothing more satisfying in Battlefield when you can do something like that. And I'm going to move on to some confirmed information that you guys might have already know, but I'm just going to go through it real quick. Confirmed information: 64 players on the PC, 24 players on the Xbox 360, no commander mode, 4 classes like Battlefield Bad Company 2, more weapons and unlocks than any other Battlefield game. Ranking up would matter more, or much more, in this one. And what that means is, if you play Bad Company 2, by the time you got to like 25, 27 out of 50 levels, you already had everything unlocked. They want to make it so it scales more, so you're going to have incentive to actually get to level 50. And that's kind of cool because it keeps you playing the game, it keeps you interested. Jets are going to return, which is super awesome because I can live out my Top Gun fantasies. You can call me Maverick, and I'm not going to be your wingman, you're going to be mine. And the jets are going to return are the F-18 and MiG-29. And Prone is also back in the game. It's going to be countered by kill cams and bullet traces. And there's going to be a co-op mode for single player. Alright, that's pretty much it. I go 30-1. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more. Peace.